This is a pick a card reading, so if you want to take a few minutes and connect into which card it is that you feel pulled to or drawn to, and then take a breath and see if any others catch your eye, and then really connect in, see if you pull back to the other card, and then go to the reading that you feel drawn to, A, B or C. If you felt drawn to card A, then this is your reading. So the Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Cups is a really, really amazing energy. She is a very in tune emotionally, feminine energy. She knows what she's feeling. She knows how to sort out what she's feeling. She allows her emotions to flow. She understands the acceptance of each emotion that she feels. And she is a great guider of others. People go to her and seek understanding, knowledge, wisdom from this energy, this woman. So I'm getting the feeling that you're probably that kind of energy. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're a female. This can be because you're a male and you have a very, very good ability at connecting in with helping people with their emotions, working through things. So it's just that aspect of us, because we all have masculine and feminine within us. And this card is helping us recognise that those traits within us are very strong. The thing that is jumping out to me the most here, though, is that sometimes it's very difficult when we have to embody this within our house, because our emotions sometimes, let's say, cloud the emotions that are around us, and the advice that we would give. Because I've got this building in the background, and then I've noticed a few wispy clouds. So it's almost like when it's within our own four walls, that energy is clouded and we can't always see the best advice to give. Sometimes we have, I suppose, an idea of how we want things to be for other people. So it's about recognising when you've got energy going on in your own home, you don't always have to be the one that has that energy that sorts everybody's emotions out, that is there for everybody. You can take a step back and say, you know what, actually I'm not quite sure how to manage these emotions within this situation, and have a conversation about everybody connecting and supporting each other within that household. Because when people connect, we then start opening up, we start being more vulnerable with one another. We say things that we've been feeling, and often other people have been feeling very similar energies, very similar emotions, and it gives that comfort in that we're not alone even more so, and we also feel seen, heard and understood, because the other people around us that are closest to us are going through very similar things. And because then it's that collective energy of emotion, you can work on finding a solution together, and you don't have to be that one that everybody goes to, because this queen here, she would know that if she was in a position that she had to emotionally connect to that was for herself, she knows that she would then have to turn to that, or to those other people around her, to be able to sort through finding a way forward. And those emotions can be actually quite overwhelming at times, and always feeling like you have to carry others' emotions can weigh heavy. And when we open up, like how I mentioned, that if we connect and we open up and we have that vulnerability with each other, it gives a freedom to be able to not always feel like we're carrying that cup. Somebody else can carry our cup, and we can share carrying it, and that's a way forwards. So if you're experiencing some emotional difficulties within your own home, don't keep trying to carry the situation. Share it, be vulnerable with each other, and try and find a way forwards. If you felt drawn to card B, this reading is for you. More emotions, more cups. So, with this card, it's very much about, we're focusing on the things that we've lost, the things that are difficult, the things that have been difficult. And sometimes we can get into a mindset that focuses in on that negative, focuses in on those things that we really haven't found easy, and we shy away from recognising the good things in life, the things that are positive, despite things that are going wrong. And if you can see here, we've got 3 spilt cups, but we've got 2 still standing, and they're focusing on these 3 cups here. And it's like, the more we focus on it, the more we can like shield ourselves with a cloak. We're cloaking ourselves from being able to connect in with that positive, being able to even see that positive. And the thing is, those cups may be spilt, but there's a river right in front. So if you can see here, there's a river. So we could just go pick those cups up and fill them up. But when we focus on the fact that what we had in those cups is spilt, it's gone, we can't replace it because it's, you know, it's not going to be the same, then we can't really focus on the positive and the ways then to work through those things that we have lost, those things that have changed, because change is such a difficult thing to process in life. So at the moment, I would say you are working through some things, and things have been going probably very difficult on an emotional level. And when we get into that mindset, we don't necessarily want to focus on the positive because we're trying to process the emotions, and that is important to process those emotions, but don't stay there. Sort of turn around, take a look at everything else that's going on, take a look at the other things around you, because then you can actually see a way forward, you can see different opportunities, you can see different connections. So if at the moment that you're going through difficult things, try and take a look around, try and see some positives, maybe start with a little bit of journaling to get out these negative experiences that you've had, these difficult things that have been going on. Journal it out, but then at the end of that, a really important thing is try and think of 3 things that you're grateful for in that day. And it's really difficult when you first start gratitude journaling, because it's difficult to go, oh, I'm grateful for this, this, and this, when you're in a really rubbish place. But even if it is the fact that you woke up this morning and you ate some breakfast, or the sun was shining and you got to spend 5 minutes out in the sunshine, you know, something very simple. Just start with something very simple that you are grateful for, just 3 things. And the more that you practice gratitude, the more that mindset will grow. So the message here is, whatever's going on in your life right now, try to pull yourself back a little bit, take a step back, look around and recognize what things you can focus on that are positive. Try and connect in with the things that are there in front of you that are positive, and try and work through it. Don't stay in these emotions. Yes, like I've said, work through them, but don't stay there. Take a look around and being able to allow other emotions to flow. If you chose card C, then this reading's for you. So at the moment you've got lots of things going through your mind, and you feel like you're at a crossroads in life. It's almost like you've got 2 paths that you need to follow. They're quite emotionally charged, these paths, and it's almost like you can't see a way forward. This card is coming here to remind you that you don't necessarily always have to pick one and forget about the other. Sometimes it's just not the right timing. You know, divine timing, things happen as and when they should. So connecting in with your 2 choices at the moment, that you feel like you've got these 2 pathways. I know it feels really difficult to connect it in, and you've probably got anxieties around making the right choices, but you will know in yourself, you will be able to feel in your heart which one you really feel drawn to at the moment. And with divine timing and whatnot, you can always connect in with that other path, that other choice later on. And if it is meant for you to choose that path, it will come back around. The opportunity will present itself for you to be able to walk that other path if that is where you were supposed to be headed. And like I said, we don't always have to choose that one path. But what can happen is we can get so blinded by the thoughts and emotions that all come together with making a choice that we forget that, you know, we can always go back and choose again. It isn't like we're taking one path and like can't, you know, find a little way to get to the other path and join them up. What's to say that they don't join up later on down the path? So it's about understanding that the universe brings things in for us as and when it's supposed to. So making those choices doesn't always necessarily mean that that is it. That's the final choice. So allow yourself to kind of take take off that blindfold is the biggest thing. So she's got the blindfold on. Take off that blindfold and sort of really look at what choices they are, and maybe look at them and go, okay, which bits are connected, which bits aren't, and see if you can connect them. Because sometimes when we're often faced with choices, they actually are really, really connected, and it's almost like we can't see because our logical thought processes are just making a big deal out of it and making it like two definite opposing ideas, when actually they're probably connected at some point or in some way. So really connect in on what your heart is telling you. Allow your heart to be open. Uncross those swords on that heart and allow yourself to channel into what really, really resonates with you, because you'll probably already know which choice you feel drawn to. It's almost like that, you know, when someone says pick a hand and this hand means that you're going to have to do this, and then you already kind of know once you've chosen it whether it was like, yes, I really wanted that choice, or ugh, I already knew that I wanted that other thing. So when we do really connect in with ourselves, most of the time we already really know which choice we want to make. So hopefully this reading's given you some clarity on making one of those choices for yourself and understanding which things it is that you really, really need right now.